Today is a really special day for all kinds of reasons. One is the partnership announcement that we will make officially in a little while that everybody here apparently already got the press release about. So for all of you who are aware, thank you so much for the great and kind words. We're looking forward to a fantastic day. Landmark Ventures and Shelly Palmer get together every year for this event. The Media Technology Summit tries to bring together you guys. If you look around you, believe it or not, you're sitting next to the people who are absolutely the architects of the future. And every time I say stuff like that, people give me that look like, gee whiz, Shelly, seriously, you have to pander to the crowd and tell everybody that they are super unique and special and they're important and they're changing the world, and that sounds like such BS. Don't do it from the stage. Let me correct you. You're wrong. If you look to your right, and you look to your left, and in front of you and behind you, who you're going to see in this room are people I guarantee you are going to architect the future. Each and every one of you has a very special and important place in the future of not only this business, but the world in which we live. And that's because no matter how much hyperbole you try to put on it, as it turns out, it's not hyperbole at all. The rate of technological change is not only exponential, it's accelerating. We are living in a time where, at this moment, you are experiencing the slowest rate of technological change you will ever experience for the rest of your life. And as dramatic and silly as that may sound, and as hyperbolistic as it may sound, it's an indisputable, undeniable fact. People who are in this room are handpicked to be here by Zeev and I because each one of you has a special and unique role in what tomorrow is going to look like. You create the filters, you create the apps, you build the networks, you make the hardware, the software, you are the content providers, you are the brand builders. That's who's in the room. And so today, if you came a stranger, I hope you won't leave one, because this is a great room of great people who are here to help each other try and figure out what tomorrow is going to look like. You obviously know from reading the news that we live in a world that is volatile and crazy, and each day seems to bring with it some extremified disaster, highly editorialized, highly filtered by the tool set which we use to ingest the content ourselves. We can change that. So what I'd like you to do right now for 1 second, look to your right, look to your left, introduce yourself to the person you're sitting to, and if you know them, don't talk to them, look behind you and just say hey. Let's take a second to get that done.
Keep up the great work.
Okay, you will have a lot of time today. You will have a lot of time today to get to know each other. Built into today's agenda, there are several hours of quality time where you can go to breakout sessions. I think a lot of this particular event is going to happen out in the lobby where there's coffee and Skittles and beer. And you guys can hang out with Skittles and beer and coffee and try and get to know each other better. The story arc of today is about the new media landscape. New in quotes, because we've talked about new media for years. I actually think it's a trite and ridiculous phrase. But this year, the new media landscape almost came and bit us. This year, the Fox guys were going to wear Time Warner t-shirts or vice versa. This year, Comcast and Time Warner are getting together. This year, AT&T and DirecTV and Sprint maybe be doing stuff. It's like the chess pieces, the larger chess pieces, are either in motion or getting ready to be in motion. Mergers and acquisitions are at an all-time high. There's all kinds of interest going on all over the place. The business is consolidating and changing. And so the story arc of today is a little bit about that, because change, as we said, is happening at a crazy accelerated rate. But This day is also about the change in the tool sets, our ability to measure better, our ability to gather more data and store it, the security issues, the Internet of Things, all of the component parts that come together to make this the most interesting time in history. Our first panel is led by my friend Alton Adams from KPMG, and what they're really going to talk about today is data as a currency. Now, data as a currency fascinates me. It really does, because the exchange currency of the world is the US dollar. And what makes it the exchange currency of the world is really simplistic. We have a bunch of Nimitz-class aircraft carriers floating around. You have the GDP of the United States, the rule of law, and trust in the United States government, however you want to place it. But it makes the US dollar the currency that every place on earth will accept and respect. It's an exchange currency. Then the television business, for years, the exchange currency has been Nielsen, and C3 is the number that everybody likes to use as the particular rating that they tend to trade television on. And then we have 1 million new guys coming in saying, I have a better way, I have a census, I have a better sample, I have a sample and a census. I'm creating an amazing repository of data. I've got a big data issue going on. Anyway, at the end of the day, will data become normalized enough? Will data become tradable enough that it actually becomes a currency? And if it doesn't, will the analytics tools get there? We're going to find out a little bit as Alton and his group come on up and take us through our first part of the day, data and analytics. Are they the new currency? Alton Adams and his guys.